And welcome back to the greatest show on earth. I'm Angel.
I'm Junior.
And I'm Daniel.
And Desk Poppers, as you can see today, Daniel's back with us. He's been gone for a minute.
Yes, sir.
Missed out on the biggest two movies of the year so far, but it's okay because
I still watch them.
Yeah, we watched Doom before we left. We made sure of that.
We honestly could have recorded.
motherfucker. But today we're gonna be going over what's it called? The Magical
The
Society.
American Society of Magical Negroes.
Thank you, bro. That's what we're gonna be going over. Spoiler free and spoiler review. Desk Poppers.
You were about to be like that meme with the kid with and then you
Well, it's got a long name, and
you had already messed up the first part.
It don't matter. That sounded great.
Hey.
We appreciate Daniel's comeback. Make sure you guys stay to the very end because, we'll be telling you guys if you guys should watch this movie or not. And we'll be going into the spoilers as well. So stay tuned, motherfuckers. I mean, stay tuned.
What do you guys want to... Okay, I said the F word. I got to edit that part out.
Yeah, shit.
Let's start with letter grades.
Yes. Let's start with ours, man. I agree with you with the pacing. I agree with you that it felt a little slow, but above all that, I'm still going to give it a B-. I don't know if that's too high for y'all, but...
No, we're actually pretty close because I was telling Daniel last night I was between a C and a C+. And I think it's at a C+.
Same.
C plus,
C+.
I mean, damn, okay. Yeah, we were talking about it last night. The pacing, we always bring that up. I do agree with you. You said, what did you say about the pacing?
I said that for one, the pacing, like there was parts that were just unnecessarily long.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like really long that they could have cut down. Not to get into any spoilers, but like the park scene. That was way too long.
Oh, yeah.
So this movie's already an hour 44, which is a short movie in my book. I feel like they could have done an hour 30. I feel like there's 15
easily.
minutes of like unnecessary, either they're holding for way too long or they didn't even need it in the movie.
Yeah.
And it would have just been the same.
Okay, so I'm glad we're all like, C plus, B
Yeah.
minus range. We're all in that same category.
I mean, I'll say that's the reason why, but we'll go over it more when I bring up the questions. You know what the worst.
Do you
and best thing are.
have scores from the pros, Daniel?
Oh, the pros, man. We keep forgetting. It's the first time we forget.
No, you forgetting. Okay, so we only got Rotten Tomatoes. The critics give it a 29%, and the audience score gives it 53%.
Very low.
Very
Especially
low.
from the critics. I do have a theory on why it's so low. And I even told Jasmine, I texted her last night because she was asking if we watched the movie. And I was like, yeah, I can see why people don't like this movie because it's woke.
Yeah, it literally just calling out white people. The whole
That's
movie.
Yeah, it wasn't as woke as it should have been.
You think it could have been more woke?
Yeah, easily, 100%.
This was the soft handling parenting of like white people.
Okay, so do you feel I saw this a lot on Twitter. Do you feel like this movie was for black people or do you feel like this movie was for white people? The American.
Well, I think it was more meant for white people, but
I think that's part of why I also gave it a low score.
Yeah.
Because it didn't really...
I don't think they got their message across as hard as they
it didn't
wanted
really
to.
pick a side.
Yeah.
So it was hard to get the message across that they were trying to convey.
I feel like
Especially
yeah.
for the casual viewer.
I gave it a high score because I got the theme. Like I got the message.
No. You understand what it is, but the way they convey it is
okay. Look, we'll talk more about it in the spoilers. So if you want to see our thoughts about like the woke message and we go into details about the ending, we will. But let's just get into like the award season, baby. It already passed us. The Oscars happened, but I want to make sure we keep the ball rolling, bro. Who's the MVP of the Society of the American Society, the American Society of Magical Negroes?
American Society of Magical Negroes.
Huh?
How do you always fuck it up?
Because I don't know if it's a society, if the American is part of the Negroes, if the magical is part of the society. Like, it's two adjectives right there, kind of.
For me, it's Roger. The older
Roger,
black.
the old guy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
The old guy, dude, I don't remember anybody's fucking names from this movie.
He looked it up.
Yeah,
I know he
look
looked it up. I know. For me, it's Lily. No, it's not Lily. Her name's not Lily, huh?
The girl?
Yeah.
Let me see. I literally just had the cast pulled up, so I was trying to be slick over here. Like, I think Lizzie.
Lizzie. So for me, the MVP is Lizzie. She's cool.
She was a close second for me.
She's cool.
I'm gonna just give it to Aaron.
Okay, so we definitely have three like MVPs. I don't think that usually happens. I feel like one of us are always like always combined.
Things
Like,
like
If
that.
anything, you can give it to the teacher, the one that was like explaining everything, like the history of the
The lady.
lady.
She was a little...
Gabbard.
She wasn't even in that movie that long. You liked
No,
it,
she
Dom?
wasn't. But
She was good. She was
Everybody-
funny. She was
everybody else was,
educated.
The one I didn't like.
Complicated.
Oh well, let's talk about it. The anti-MVP, the worst character
I gotta
of the
look up her name
society,
real
the American Society of
Oh,
Magical
sorry,
Negroes.
Well, it doesn't say her name. It just says actress, but the president of the society.
You know what? It took me a while to realize where I know her from because she looks so familiar. She's from Guy Code and Girl Code. That's where I know her from.
I
But
never watched that show.
yeah,
She does look familiar though.
you know what's so funny? I want to give my anti-MVP to Roger,
Really?
but I'm not. I'm gonna give it to the white boy.
Yeah. I was gonna
Oh,
give it to the white
Mickey?
boy.
Yeah.
What was his name? Mickey?
have
I
no
just be
idea.
saying names.
You just be throwing Hail Marys out there, hoping something sticks.
Did it stick? Is it catching it? Is it catching it, baby?
Jason.
And it goes way over. Like it comes up like 10 yards short.
Jason.
Jason.
Yeah.
It goes,
I also give
it goes
to him.
way over, but it comes 10 yards short. He says.
No,
No,
because I
he's
feel
giving like different
No, I
analogies.
know,
Yeah.
but-
Well, no, I feel like the mistake would be more funny if it was short than over, like in football. You know,
Yeah.
like what do you think would be the worst mistake, going over or short?
On a Hail Mary short.
Yeah, but obviously,
That's the
yeah, that's why.
four-
Yeah. So that's why I changed it because
Yeah.
I was like, if I go over, that means I got arm strength at least. You
Yeah.
know, I'm like, oh, that boy, like,
What you
fine. What you want? What you
yeah,
know about this?
I also give it to Jason.
Jason, yeah, mostly just because I felt like they could have done that character better.
100%.
Like I agree with you, the message could have been conveyed better, but like I understood it, bro. I really, man, we'll talk about
Yeah,
it
but you're
more.
what? Let's say 1 in 10, 2 in 10? That, like,
Yeah, that I fully understand it, and like
fully
I
understood it.
thought the way they conveyed it, I enjoyed it, but
Yeah.
we'll talk about it later because we do have the theater experience for the first time. Desk Poppers in a long time. The boys are back in town. The
Yeah.
boys are back
I
in
know.
town.
That was the first movie we saw together in a while.
When was the last one? Do you guys remember?
Oh, it must have been like before the Christmas, before like I
Yeah.
left for the holidays.
Yeah.
You think so?
No, it had to be.
I know for sure we watched Ant-Man together, and that was like in March of last year.
No, we saw something in the fall for sure.
You
but
guys
after
didn't
the
come
mi-
with me and Jasmine to watch anything?
No.
No.
Oh, we did.
We did.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
feel like we did.
What did we see at the
And you
beginning
guys
of
were
the
like,
year?
The Beekeeper.
No, we watched
not
that
the
by ourselves.
Yeah, we watched that
Oh.
by ourselves.
It was
What
around.
was
It was around that time.
Madam
then.
Web.
No.
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 No, I watched that with my other friends.
I watched that by myself.
Was it?
No, we watched that bitch.
Just pull up your IMDb.
I don't have anything, motherfucker. I told you that's why I don't have my phone on me, motherfucker. It's right there.
I know.
For the behind the scenes guys, I use one of my phones.
I don't know what it was, but it was something.
Indigo, one of my
Yeah,
phones.
no, I remember because you guys called us
villain
out.
for the trap.
You guys were like, oh, you guys were just making out.
Yeah,
You guys were just making out.
yeah. I forget what movie
Was it? No, because you didn't watch that.
It wasn't The Beekeeper.
We'll get back to the theater experience, but I do want to bring up because I forgot the biggest award that I was telling you guys, the Horny on the Timeline Award. Playa. I'm sorry I forgot it, Desk Poppers,
Aaron.
but
Aaron.
everybody was
Aaron.
horny. But I'm gonna give it. Look, I thought I was gonna give it to the guy in the overalls, but I'm gonna give it to the other black dude who also.
Oh.
The guy grabbing the balls.
He's like, you gotta touch my dick every now and then.
I'm like, well,
He's
everybody.
like, hey, pause.
This movie had a lot of dick grabbing. So if you're into that,
Aaron was like, fuck magic.
dude.
He messed it up for everybody.
Yeah.
He got lucky that the first time someone else coincidentally messed up at the first time, at the same time he did.
Hey.
I just want to bring that up because this movie is very horny. But let's get back into the theater experience. We did all watch it together. I'm surprised. You know what? I was surprised at first, but now like looking at all the reviews, I'm surprised. I was surprised there wasn't more people of color, I guess.
In the theater?
Yeah, it was puro güeros. The craziest thing happened in the theater. So I saved that seat for Jasmine. I knew that seat was not. No,
Dude, I was
sit
like,
there.
I was so close to like bursting out laughing.
You know what's funny is that the entire theater, the row in front of us was empty.
I'm like, what?
But then like two rows down, there was some dude laughing like hard.
No, I'm talking about
Yeah,
that
yeah.
person came
Because
to
like
Oh, I
so
know,
the
I'm
guy
just-
sat right here, right? And guys, usually on AMC, I'll buy an extra ticket for like because I have people on my entourage to like save that
Yeah,
seat.
yeah,
You know, I
save
don't
that
want somebody
seat.
next to me. Like not saying that I just I like my space, even if it's like right there. But yeah, I'm like this dude, and the guy didn't even I honestly don't know if it was a guy or girl. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It was dark in there. We couldn't see.
But my jacket was right there, and as soon as I saw them like about to sit down, I'm like, my jacket, no, and I'm like, bro, like what the hell?
What did he say to you? I saw you like turn over to him. And,
I didn't say anything.
Oh,
I just looked over because I was like,
The other guy was talking to him.
yeah, the girl, the guy was, they were talking to.
the guy next to him on the other side.
I was like,
Okay.
are they friends or like? Cause like, bro, you gotta just move one over.
Hey,
That's funny.
Yeah, it was an unfortunate, but I thought it was pretty full for a small theater.
Were they talking the whole time?
it looked full because there was
Okay.
like 10 total seats.
Yeah, okay, whatever. But like, I'm surprised that there was only like 4 people of color in that theater, and it was all of us in the same row.
You know what? Those are my favorite AMC theaters.
Yeah,
those
they
small
got
little
good
ones.
chairs.
Like they're just, I don't know. I like they gave me a cozy little vibe
Yeah, I agree.
instead of like the giant like arenas.
I don't know. I also like the IMAX because the movie looks a lot better. Honestly, Doom Part 2 in IMAX or
We did talk about it at the beginning. It looked like it was in 3D for a minute.
yeah, dude, the beginning shot looked bad.
Yeah.
I was checking my glasses because I was like, bro, is this supposed to look like this? Like, it looked like it had the little lines of 3D, huh?
It
Or
just
like
looked blurry.
Blurry, yes.
Yeah.
And I was like, should I go get glasses? Like,
Yeah.
Can I miss him at the entrance?
I'm like, ma'am, please. But we do we have anything else for the theater experience? I mean, we ate afterwards, so if you guys care.
We ate Dave's hot chicken. These guys are bitches, and it was good.
Hey, sometimes cowboys
Bro.
get real tummy aches.
Yeah, I woke up in the middle of the night. Let me tell you, that did not go down well. But let's talk about the budget, the box office.
Surprisingly, there is no information on the budget.
It was for
anywhere.
free? For
Any-
free?
Anywhere. The box office, as of this recording, this movie hasn't come out internationally. It is at $520,000.
Hell yeah.
domestically.
Let's go, baby.
I think that's the first time it's ever been at like in
Below
the
a million?
yeah.
We saw another movie that was really low too.
No, but they've all
ISS.
been over a million.
Was it?
Oh,
ISS?
yeah. I know ISS didn't make a lot of money. Or Lisa Frankenstein.
Yeah, but
They're
they've been
probably like over a
million.
million. Yeah, you're probably right. Dude, 500. Well, I mean, okay, was it for the prediction of the whole weekend or?
No, it was predicted to make a little bit more, but it's at $500,000. So it's everyone is
it'll
considering
be fine.
everyone's considering it a box office bomb.
Well, just because, it is a bomb, but just because we're recording this earlier than usual, so like, I think it's gonna make it over a million. There's no budget information, but we're
I don't-
experts.
Yeah, I
What
was
do
gonna
we
say
think?
the budget. I don't think it'd be that much.
I feel like the budget for this movie is at most like
10,
8
15
million,
million.
8 to 10 million.
I'm gonna say if Lisa Frankenstein was 20 million,
That's why I
if
feel
this was more than 15 million, I'd be surprised.
That's why I said 10, 15.
Like they had one special effect making the girl float. Every other scene, it was a ladder. You know, like
Yeah.
Yeah, and then them just
there's just no CGI or anything in this movie.
yeah. I
like
mean,
from one scene to the next, but it was kind of just like
I could have done it. You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
like you
yeah.
just make them.
Yeah, it's pretty low.
Like you'd pretty much just film them, tell them to leave, film that, and then just cut it together.
I don't know if this movie won this movie or if it's coming out internationally, but
This
that's, like,
doesn't seem like that type of movie. But should they watch this movie now in theaters or wait for streaming or just never watch it?
100% wait for streaming.
Hey,
I want to say for the first time in like ever, I probably say you should not watch this movie.
At all?
No.
at all?
I don't want to call people stupid.
You don't want them to
I don't think people would get it. I'm not
No,
saying.
I mean, don't sugarcoat it, rip it
yeah,
off.
I don't think people are gonna get it.
Yeah, and that's what I
like,
told you. You know, it's like if 1 or 2 out of 10 people
Yeah.
actually understand the message, then
And like, I'm not calling you guys woke or anything. I'm just saying that
there's
like,
people that want to understand the message.
yeah. I
Because then
feel-
you're gonna have people like that white guy from the movie that just doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
they don't understand it, right? And we'll go more into spoilers because I really do want to talk about the message because I think it's important. But I feel like if you're white, it's either you're gonna get offended or you're gonna think it doesn't apply to you.
Yeah.
Right? Or if you're a person of color, you're just like, hey, they just sugarcoated this movie.
So let me
They
ask you
could've
real
been
quick
harder
before we
about
get
it,
into
you
the
know?
spoilers. I know you were really, really excited to watch this movie.
I was so excited,
So
bro.
you're very, very disappointed in it, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm disappointed in the fact that like I watched the trailers. I don't know if you guys watched the trailers, but I was
never do.
expecting.
You watched the trailers.
Yeah.
I know you saw the reviews.
I never watched the
before.
trailer. Yeah.
And you did all the stuff you never do.
Yeah,
so-
because like the premise of the movie just seems so good, you know? Like I was
Yeah.
like, damn, like this movie has a lot of
like on paper, you read it and you're like, oh wow, like
yeah, like it has a cool premise. I understand what they're going for. The execution could have been a lot better. And that's
Yeah.
why I'm like, don't watch. Like I honestly for the first time, like don't watch the movie. I think you can definitely skip out on it and never like even if it comes up on TV, like just change the channel and watch Doom Part 2 on like CW or TNT or
that
whatever.
movie's never coming out on.
Oh well, like I'm talking about in a year when these both movies are like coming out and they're like the
It's not even a
Society of-
year anymore. They'll be coming out in like 4 or 5 months.
Yeah,
yeah.
Madam
Well, on
Web's
TV
over.
though, like on TV,
Like on cable.
on
It'd be like
cable.
on cable.
antenna,
Antenna.
antenna.
China.
Before we do get to the spoiler part, though, we do have a message from our sponsor, baby.
Despop.
That's us. That's us, man. We've been doing a great job. We are picking up steam. We got our boy Daniel back.
Don't forget, guys, we're also on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. So if listening instead of watching our videos is your thing, if you like watching us or listening to us at work, on your way to work, at the gym, while you're cleaning your house, You know, if you hear my voice first thing Saturday morning, just know.
Just know. It's time. It's time.
You're cleaning the
Bring out
bathroom.
the duster. Bring out the mop because we putting you boys to clean or girls. But yeah, man, make sure you guys like, comment on this video, subscribe because like it's gonna help us a lot. And I know you guys enjoy watching us. There's no way, you know.
Yeah, or listening to us.
But that brings us to the spoiler zone.
Yeah, let's jump into it. We've talked about the pacing and how we really think this movie could have cut back significantly, like 15 20 minutes worth of content that could have just been erased,
Swept
aside, whatever. Even the way the movie just started, where he's at his art gallery,
That started slow as fuck.
yeah.
I was like, where's this movie going? Honestly, that
Yeah, I
was
was like,
my
where
first.
are we going? Like, it literally goes from art gallery to you're part of this society.
I did
Just
love
like
that though. You know what? I'm contradicting myself, but once it picked up. Like they went from like the art gallery to like, oh, now he's part of the society. We're training him. He's in it. Like whatever.
I like how just fucking throw him in right away.
Yeah, they were like, hey, there's a class starting right now. Get in there.
Get in there, yeah.
But I did like that though. I do agree. A lot of the parts were long, but the art gallery obviously. But as soon as like they cut away from that, it was like going up until the point where he got the job at Meatbox, and then it slowed down again a lot.
Yeah.
Let me ask you guys this, because honestly, I was a little surprised, but I don't know why I am. Do you feel like the rom-com, like the romance part of this movie, was necessary or like essential to the plot, or
That was
like?
probably like one of the best parts of the movie.
Yeah.
Okay, I just
I
wanted to
agree.
ask because nowhere in the trailer did I see a romance plot, you know? So
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, I was surprised. I liked it, obviously. Like, I really love romance. Rom-coms are like my favorites. But I don't know.
So I'm just gonna
Pointing at the camera for the people.
I'm gonna
listening.
jump straight to the end and come back real quick.
Go ahead, man.
All
Go
right.
ahead.
I like that they hinted at it without us actually knowing the so swag.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
when she dropped her purse and she's picking up everything, and he's like, "Oh, so swag. That's so cheesy, you know." But then it's a callback at the end of the movie where so swag is society of.
that's why I really
Supportive
love
wife.
this movie.
So-
Supportive wives and girlfriends.
Yeah, I really
So
love this
my
movie.
question is-
oh, go ahead. Yeah.
You know, it's the chicken or the egg.
What came
Which
first?
what came first? Did she make the first move at the coffee shop, or
Oh,
did
you think like if there's a second one, it comes out that she ran into him?
Yeah.
Well, on purpose. No, I think that was an accident. Whatever that happened, I think that was an accident. They were not supposed to meet. I think they both had different missions because she was the work wife of Jason, right? So like, I
Yeah.
think that even if you're a work wife, I feel like that puts you under that category of like girlfriend, wife, or whatever, right?
No supportive wife or whatever.
Yeah. And I feel like they were both on the mission of supporting Jason. And that's why Jason was like doing really well. But I do love that I caught the hints. Like once that happened, I was like, it makes total sense. Because I could see her being supportive throughout the whole movie and like doing things to like help out men, I guess. Like I don't
Being
know.
more supportive
Yeah.
over them than
Yeah, especially considering that Jason pretty much took her pitch and
I
like
know.
stole it, and
Bro.
then she like I was expecting a bigger reaction from her for that. But if that was part of her mission, yeah, she just kind of had to sit
Bro,
back and
Those
and
white
take
people
it.
are lucky that I was not in the movie because let me tell you, bro, half that shit I would not put up with, bro. I'd be like, bro, like, what the hell are we doing right now, bro? Like, are you serious? You're gonna give it to Jason, white boy Jason. You're gonna give it to him, bro. Are you serious?
low key racist Jason.
Yeah, low key racist Jason. That's funny. I'm putting that in.
Okay.
The people need to know how funny you are because you make me laugh.
Oh yeah, so chicken or the egg, like which came first? You said that.
Supportive wives.
Yeah, I think she was already in supportive wives, but the whole
No. The whole
thing?
society probably came before. Well, it's because let's say they could probably go back even further than the Negroes because they like the fuck came on.
That's what the movie's called.
Yeah,
but
no,
like-
he was even saying like, why can't we just change the name to like Society of Blacks? No, but because they started up around what the like slavery.
Slavery era.
Yes, that's what they
Era.
said.
Yeah.
Well, I think women's suffrage honestly happened like in the 1900s, like 1920, when they were like trying to get their vote. I think that's when it would start, honestly. Like, even though I know I do think they've been suffering since the beginning of time. Well, depends. Because like a lot of women were like,
I mean, back then they were hunters.
no, I know, but like even back then there were a lot of women that were worshipped. You know, like there's a lot of like
Yeah.
societies and culture where like the women were like worshipped and like you know. I honestly would say 1920s for the soul swag,
Probably
For the
around
social-
there. I say around there.
I agree.
especially the American one.
You know what they could have done instead of like unnecessary dialogue and stuff?
Yeah.
They could have given us more of a background into the society. So I do like that scene where on stage where Aaron just he goes off on Jason.
Yeah, that's where I gave him my MVP vote.
Just because it did like come off like very raw.
Raw
felt
and
it.
like
He felt it.
completely authentic.
Yeah, to himself, to like the audience, what the message they were trying to convey. That's why like it was clear for me, and the way it came off, it was clear because, dude, even beforehand, like he was trying to explain to Jason, you don't feel like you got this opportunity because you got lucky or because of like your skin color. He's like,
And-
no, I got it because I worked hard.
And he, Aaron was talking to him about how my whole life I've had to watch how I walk, how I talk, how I present myself.
And even like as like we're not black, but like people of color, like we still have to like make sure we are aware how we hold space in front of like white people, how we present ourselves, how at work or anything like that. Like sometimes you just have to you have to work harder.
You have
to.
You have to work harder, and you've got to think about everything more.
Just because like especially when it comes to Mexicans, bro, it's not more now, but like it used to be where Mexicans were lazy, you know.
Now they say that we're hard workers. We're hard workers, but
that took a long time. I feel like to get rid of that stigma, you know.
Yeah,
but we're still low paying.
Did you know what's?
Yeah, no, 100%. Like fields and everything. And the reason why I feel like we are hard workers now is because we have to work twice as hard to get that. You know.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, they're
they
working.
finally realize they don't want to work out on the farm.
Yeah, they're like, oh, this hurts.
My bad.
Have you seen Fargo or is it? It's not Fargo. It's the running one.
McFarlane.
Oh, yeah,
USA. Yeah, and the white guy goes to help in the fields, and he's like, "Damn, you guys do this all day." And it's like, "Yeah, bro."
Kevin Costner. That's a great movie.
Yeah, it is a great movie, bro. I love a lot of those like Mexican movies.
We're gonna that new one that comes out in a couple weeks. It's pretty much McFarlane, but with golf.
Oh, the golf. That's with golf.
Remember I sent it on the group?
Yeah, maybe.
We talked about it.
Hey, I'm ready.
I like that one. That one was pretty good.
Yeah, but like just like with all those things, like people of color, we just have to work twice as hard to achieve what like a white person.
You know what was funny about that scene too is that when Aaron starts going off on this tangent, you can see it with Jason. It's like in one ear, out the other. He's like, "I'm not racist, bro. Like I swear." And then once he like actually starts listening, it clicks with him where he's like,
and then
"Damn, this dude's spitting."
Even then, he was just like, he didn't like acknowledge it fully. He was just at the end. He was just like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you felt like that."
Honestly, though, this happens in a lot of arguments where, like, honestly, maybe you have to hear this just a very personal life. A lot of times when two people argue or somebody comes to you with a problem, you become the victim. And sometimes it's not that you're the victim. The other person just wants you to acknowledge, hey, this is what happened. I just wanted to change, or I want you to at least acknowledge that, like, my feelings are valid.
Well,
But,
he even said, "I want to feel seen."
yeah.
He's like, because nobody has ever talked. Because even in the park scene, when he was talking to the girl, he was like, "I've never had a conversation where someone was talking with me and not at me."
That's crazy, though, honestly. I mean, I'm lucky because I do work in an environment where it's like half and half, like people of color and people of white.
Of white.
From the mountains of
we can't live stream.
With
We're
people
horrible.
of loss of color.
Well, I mean, white people can come for me all day. I don't really care about that.
I know, but you're over here like, "Oh, you guys are horrible."
This would have been the perfect video to live stream.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? The one joke I did laugh at when he goes back to the society and he's like, "To be fair, I was in love with her first."
Yeah, bro. Like, I called
And
dibs.
then Jason colonized my.
Call it as my girlfriend. Or whatever.
I was like, "Hi, colonizer joke."
I love a good colonizer joke.
That one made me chuckle. That was a
I'm
good
just
one.
saying.
There were funny moments.
Yeah.
There could have been a lot more.
There was an early one where I just like, huh, like, and the guy, what joke? Do you guys remember what
Yeah,
joke
the guy in front was like, "Ha ha ha!"
Do you
Like all fucking
remember what
hard.
joke
I
that
can't
was?
remember.
Fuck, bro,
I was
I
like,
was writing
I
it
even
down.
told Angel, I was like, "That's a joke Dolphin would have like."
Yeah, no, I thought you said that's the dolphin laughing down there. That's what.
Or both, but
You slap it right
Both
there. I'm
of them.
slapping my knee for the people on audio.
There was a couple knee slappers in there, right? I slapped
there
my knee
was,
a couple
there
times.
was.
Slapped my knee a couple times in there.
You know what though? I will admit, I did not know Lizzie.
Yes.
I did not know Lizzie was not white.
Oh yeah. She's,
Took me until
what?
like she isn't white.
Oh no, yeah, that's all.
Yeah.
That was
Was
pretty
it
obvious.
obvious?
Yeah, you could tell she's got a little something.
Yeah.
Dude, it took me like until an hour and something into the movies when she like
when they
also-
brought it up.
Yeah, when she said
Oh my God.
yeah, when they brought it up, yeah, because they did.
Yeah,
bring it up.
when
And it was
Jason
like-
wasn't it
Jason brought it.
Jason brought it up.
Yeah,
She's like,
and
she's
then-
ethnic.
Yeah, and then I looked at it, I was like, oh, she's Asian. Like it took me, but I was like, oh yeah, she's
No,
Asian.
yeah, you could tell.
Yeah. That was.
You
I
could
thought
tell
that
she
was-
has something.
Yeah,
She's
okay.
not fully white.
I looked it up. I know what she is.
What is she?
She's Taiwanese and Irish.
Okay.
Oh hell yeah,
Yeah.
that's a weird combination.
Yeah, yeah.
Something like you hardly ever
And
hear.
you could tell. Well, I mean,
I don't know. I
you
want to
can't
say
tell,
weird, but I'm just.
well, weird combination. Like you don't see it all day.
Yeah, it's because you don't hear it all the
It's a
time.
unique combination.
Hey.
Not like this motherfucker, all Mexican.
It's just me over here.
We're all Mexican.
I'm
What
not
do
all
you say
Mexican.
fuck me for?
But yeah, it took me a while. I will admit that just because, like, well, she even said it in an interview. She said that they were looking for a racially ambiguous casting.
Yes.
Like you know what that means? Like somebody that you can't tell what their race is, you know? And like, I'm like, yeah, they did a great job because honestly, I could not tell.
It was ambiguous because I couldn't tell what she was.
But you could tell it was
like
spicy.
she had something.
Yeah. Given the the disappointment that the movie was, I will say justice. It is nice seeing him grow into these more serious, mature roles.
Bro, I'm glad you brought that up. I was reading the reviews on Letterboxd. All the reviews were like, Justice Smith is coming together. He's putting in good work. He's like gonna be there someday, you know,
Yeah.
like making serious movies, Oscar award-winning
The
movies.
first movie I saw him in was the Jurassic World one.
I'm trying to remember what because
I saw him in that the TV show, the one about the 70s. He was DJ Kung Fu's. What's it? DJ Master?
I don't know. Look it up real quick. His filmography.
It's one of the early. Do you know anything about rap in like
he was in
70s?
Detective Pikachu
He
and
played-
Dungeons and Dragons. That's the one.
Yeah, remember?
I think that's the one.
Yeah, I
I was
saw
trying
him
to
in
remember
Detective Pikachu, but that was
I've seen
after
Every Day
Jurassic.
too. I've seen Every Day. I don't know if you saw it.
Was it
but-
a movie you said, Dolpho?
This is a spoiler.
Or TV?
TV show.
Well, I'm looking at movies.
Generation? Drunk History? The Get Down?
The Get Down, baby. Who did you play?
Ezekiel.
Grandmaster Flash is who I was thinking of, but yeah, no, that's a rapper. I think he was a real rapper though, right? Grandmaster Flash sounds familiar.
Funkmaster Flex. I think is who you're
He's
thinking
just saying words now.
No, that's a real
But yeah,
guy.
that's where I saw him. I saw him in the Get Down like in 2016. But
Yeah. So I saw him in Jurassic World, came out in 2018, and Detective Pikachu came out a year after.
he's been getting roles, man.
Yeah.
I feel like this could have been one of those roles, but
This could have been one of those like
I still think his best work is Dungeons
award-winning
and
roles.
Dragons.
that was a good
That's
one.
'cause
That was a good
he's goofy
Detective
now.
Pikachu was good too, but that's because he was leading it.
I don't know.
Well,
Maybe it's because the Dungeons and Dragons was funny.
talking
Do
about
you
it.
think we get a sequel?
That's what I'm
No.
talking about, baby.
No, I don't think this movie makes its money back.
Yeah, I think
That's
it's gonna
true.
be hard, man.
We probably could have gotten a sequel with
Honestly, what
So swag?
ruined the box office was that snow day, bro. Thursday.
You think so?
most
AMC
likely.
was closed.
But I was
Oh
gonna
yeah, it's
say-
like it's only
Oh,
Colorado.
it's Colorado. I was just, I was like, yeah, no, he's got a point, bro. They fucked them over. I was like,
the entire country got snow dated.
yeah, it's crazy.
Oh man,
Oh,
I
man.
love when like the wheels.
It takes
turning.
it.
Yeah, he's gonna be so charismatic, and
He's
he'd be like, dude, the box office on Thursday. I was like, yeah,
Like, yeah, you're right.
I was like, this motherfucker.
No, that's
conspiracy.
funny on Thursday though. When
I
was
tried.
like,
I tried.
dude, I can't buy tickets. She's like, yeah, you can. And then he's like,
No, it's because I bought it earlier, and then I got the email. So like after you told me that, I got the email that said, "Hey, we refunded your ticket because it's closed now." And I'm like,
you're like, fuck.
"You fuckers, you."
Yeah, I don't think this movie gets a sequel.
It doesn't deserve a sequel.
I think if it did get a sequel, it would have been more about the So Swag.
I do.
I wouldn't say more about the soul swag, but it'd be in there. But I think it'd be more about now that you know how he had everybody thinking that they
Yeah.
deserve a little bit more. I think it'd be like,
Dude, even that,
they
like-
they change up their way of.
Magic
Even that
Magic.
last scene where they kiss and they're walking down the street
was
that
too
was
long.
that was way too long.
That was a nice view.
No, but-
I enjoyed the view.
I enjoyed the cinematography.
If anybody knows where that is, that street, let me know because I want to go.
They had them on this side and then the city on this side. That's just this is great.
The cinematography was great.
Yeah, it was really good. I do hope in the future Justice Smith and I think her name is Bo Lee, but she plays Lizzie.
It's Lee Wang or something
Yeah.
like that. Her last
Okay,
name.
that's a little racist.
for
I
real.
know it is. I'm just kidding.
Scout's on her. And Lee Bogan.
Anne Lee Bogan. Okay, I knew there was a Bo in there,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Where'd
Anne
you
Lee.
get Wang from?
The Lee. That's like Lee and Wang goes.
I hate you, Angel. But yeah, I think Anne Lee and Justice Smith, I think they both deserve better. Like, I just think they deserve to be in movies.
Yeah, just to end it real before we end it, I do hope this doesn't hurt their careers.
Because they did great.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were.
Because at the end of the day,
No, because if you're an actual person that like, because they did good in the movie. It was just
the
writing or
the way they the pacing, the directing, a lot of it. Just,
all of that was what made it bad.
yeah, but
they did good.
You know, white people run Hollywood, bro.
okay, let me ask these questions so just we get them in there. What was the worst thing about the American Society of Magical Negroes?
The unnecessary rambling. There was just scenes where they did talking. They said a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah, well, like I think that also helps with how they conveyed their themes wasn't that well done because they just kept talking and it felt like a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
When they were trying to convey their messages, you know, like in when they have the virtual
they're
thing,
the video games.
yeah, like you know how they have each problem, they just kind of like skipped over it.
Yeah.
They didn't actually. You know, address it as good as they could have because they were just trying to comfort the white guy.
Well, that was the whole point of the
No,
movie.
I know, but they could have talked about the problem a little bit more.
Yeah.
Like, they were just like, oh.
I think that just started to get Jason to realize, like, hey, man, everything that you worked for, it wasn't because you worked hard. It's because of, like, you just got lucky. Like, it's true, though, because if you're told your whole life you're going to be successful, you're probably going to be successful. It's harder to, like, be successful when your whole life you've been told that.
You're not nobody.
Yeah, I'm just saying. And especially when Roger was like, yeah, my grandpa like got spit on and I felt so embarrassed of him. And then my grandma had to explain to me that if he did something, he probably wouldn't survive the day. And at this point, it's just about surviving the day. And that means that's all that I care about. And I'm like, yeah, man, but there's more to living, you know? You don't have to just be like, I feel like they could have conveyed that more.
Yeah.
That, like,
well, even when he's having that conversation with Aaron, and he was like, "Regrets for white people." And he was like, "No, it's not."
Yeah.
He like, Aaron kind of they have a little
my
back
God,
and
man.
forth.
I just have a lot to say because there's a lot of just in our culture Mexicans where like a lot of older Mexicans won't speak Spanish because they were taught that Spanish is bad and that like they were
they were taught to assimilate to the American culture.
Yeah.
So speaking Spanish would make it worse for
You'd be sticking them on.
You know what's funny is I actually work with the guy that told me all about that.
Yeah.
He's third generation and doesn't know any Spanish because his grandpa came to the States and when they had kids, they told him never to speak Spanish.
Yeah, bro, that's crazy to me. Like to forget your culture just because you were ostracized for it, pretty much, and you wanted to like look good in front of white people. I'm like, for what, bro?
Yeah,
like, what are they?
You're trying to, you want to be like them, but we're obviously different color.
Yeah, no, I know. And I feel like, you know what? A lot of people are like, oh, we don't need this kind of movie because like we're already there. I'm like, bro, that was like just like 60 years ago, you know?
Yeah.
Obviously, we've done a lot of work, but like there's still a lot of work to be done. And like I'm really happy that our generation is more vocal about it. We're more like in tune with our culture. We want to bring that back, you know? And I think a lot of our younger generations, even in other cultures that are Mexican, like are also wanting to like bring it back, you know? Like I've seen a lot of things with like black people and their hair, you know? Like kids in Texas like fighting back, you know? There was a kid that had to cut his hair, and then I see like NASA, there's a black guy like had his hair like all done, and I'm like, nice, bro. That shows the younger generation you can do it, and you can do it looking the way you want to look.
You know,
I got a fucking mullet.
You know what? Class is really interesting. One of my favorite classes in college was actually
What was it?
sociology.
Talk to me.
It was just talking about how different cultures are the way they are around the world and how everything intertwines and works together. It was cool.
Nice.
But that's what this movie reminded me of.
Okay, well,
Black culture and trying to assimilate with the whites. And
it's true. I mean,
take a sociology class, people. Highly recommend it. All right, guys, that was our review of the American Society of Magical Negroes. Let us know down below in the comments. Are you going to watch this movie in theaters? Are you going to wait for it to come out in streaming? Or are you going to be like Adolfo and just skip it out completely? As always, guys, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.
Adios.
Deuces.